ShadowRock ZX is powered by ad revenue. Simply disabling your ad blocker will go a long way in helping us to keep this channel running. Thank you for your consideration and enjoy the show.
Hey guys, it's me TGP and I'm here with this week's challenge. This one's going to be uploaded very late, Monday morning I should be exact, simply because of the fact that I was incredibly busy throughout the week and I didn't really get a chance to work on this until very late. But now it's here, so let's get to part 2. Before I do get to part 2 though, I would like to say congratulations. You guys just entered a contest without me telling you. And each person who entered gets 1 free pass to the contest. I'll get into detail of what I mean by pass. But the prizes for this contest is indeed going to be the 2 remaining codes that ShadowRock himself has for the Mighty Gun Vault. And there is a substitute if you do not have a 3DS. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Now anyways, now it's time to get to part 2. In part 1, I had asked you guys to create a folder and a NaviCust and show off your true best skills. And we were impressed. We liked them a lot. We liked them so much that, you know what? They're ours now. Those folders and that NaviCust setup is officially ours. And there's not a thing you guys can do about it. Because this is actually a very special contest. So like I said beforehand, you guys get 1 shot at a chance to getting the prize. But wouldn't you guys want to increase your chances somehow? Well, you're in luck. There are indeed 3 ways to increase your odds at winning the prize. And that is, well, you must net battle the 3 of us. And all 3 of us are going to be using your setup against you. Now obviously we don't want to have any mirror matches, so we actually have some conditions that you guys must apply. But don't worry, we'll make things a bit fair. So, on our end, yes, we have your folder setup and your NaviCust setup, but we are not allowed to touch that, period. What you made for us, what you have set for us, that is it. We are locked into that. We cannot change it, period. End of discussion. You guys, however, have choices. So, let's get started with the rules. The first rule is you must choose 1 extra folder. Now, don't worry, you're not going to be using the extra folder itself exactly. Because the second rule is you must not only remake that folder, but you are allowed to exchange 6 chips in your folder. However, there is 1 condition to that rule, and that is that whichever chip you exchange, it has to be the same class as that chip. So for example, there is a boomer in your extra folder. I want to exchange that with another standard chip. You can exchange it to a Giga or a Mega chip. The same rule applies to a Mega. If it's a Mega chip, it must be a Mega chip. Now just like there are set folders for you to choose from, we created 3 set NaviCust setups that you must choose from. The first setup is the Paladin setup. The Paladin setup is meant to be very bulky and very beefy, thus having the most HP, the most attack, and the only one with access to super armor. You will also be given the versus only NaviCust program, Tango. In case you don't know, when you're in critical HP, Tango will appear and not only recover you 300 health, but he will also give you a barrier 100, making him even beefier than you already should be. Now, obviously the downside is there are no custom parts, meaning you're stuck with 5 chips. Also no shoe programs, so you might be vulnerable to panels or even holes. The next NaviCust set we're going to be talking about is the Ninja set. The Ninja set is equipped with air shoes, that way holes will be problematic, and is equipped with the versus only NaviCust Rush, trapping those invisibility users by paralyzing them in the process. And to have a slight edge in your customizing screen, you're given 1 custom +1. His HP isn't as great as the Paladin, but it does have a little bit more HP than usual. 300 to be exact. So it's not too bad if you ask me. Obviously his attack won't be maxed, but his speed is indeed maxed out. You're given some attack, however your charge on the other hand won't be as great as it should be. Unfortunately, you'll only be left with one charge. Now let's talk about the final setup that you have, the Magician set. The Magician set packs the most programs out of all three parts, but it also has the lowest HP of the three. This set has the most custom parts out of the three sets. It also comes with float shoes, that way panels aren't that much of a problem, unless there's holes. It also starts off with first barrier, so you gotta get rid of that barrier before you actually start attacking. And it has the versus only program Beat, meaning any mega chips or giga chips used and Beat will snatch them away. That way they don't be used against them. Also, its attack and its speed is quite decent, but its charge is actually to the max, so you use that to your advantage. There are easy, hard, and hardcore mode for this challenge. For easy mode, you can actually exchange 12 chips from your extra folder, and you can exchange them to any chip you want. That includes giga chips as well. But obviously the base series and V-Dolls are banned as always. And the second rule for easy mode, your NaviCust can be anything you want. The choices are yours. As for hard mode, you must use the extra folder as is. You're not allowed to exchange the chips. And you must remove the versus only NaviCust programs. As for hardcore, if you choose to do this, crosses are not allowed. However, if you do attempt hardcore and you do win, instead of receiving one chance, you get two instead. Before I actually do go on, I should probably explain what I mean by the chances and the passes, as I was saying before. The way it's going to work is by raffle. So since each and every one of you has one chance, you get one name in the raffle. Obviously, if you increase your odds, you get more names in the raffle. However, the way we're going to do it is, if I choose your name, all your names are going to be taken out. This prevents one person from winning the prize twice. Since each of us is different, obviously, we're not going to be in the same Hamachi network, since Hamachi is actually very limited to how many people can be in it. So, the network will differ on each person, and you must talk to that person to get details of the Hamachi network. Now to finally talk about how you're actually going to be getting these chances. Now, keep in mind that you only get one shot per person, and that is it. Now, what you're going to do is once you guys get into the Hamachi network and start communicating with each other, you're going to do only one triple practice. So, you better make sure you are prepared because you only get one shot. If you lose, there is no penalty. Unless you attempt hardcore. If you attempt hardcore and you lose two chances, since you're gaining two chances if you're attempting hardcore. But keep in mind, you will never go below one. You will always have one chance at the contest. If you win, you gain one extra chance. Since we are different and our schedules do differ, I am not going to exactly set a deadline for this challenge. The deadline is basically whenever the battles happen and whenever everyone decides, okay, I've had enough. So that might take a week, that might take 2 weeks, who knows. I'm hoping it only takes 1 week, but we'll see. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to set a deadline until I know for sure. Anyways, that's basically it for this week's challenge. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll talk to you guys as soon as we can. Alright, I hope you guys have fun with the challenge / contest, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.